Hello, hello, hello. Thank you all for all of the love you guys been showing us here at Activation Coaching by just viewing my story and just being present and just being just love. So I just want to thank you all and say that I truly do love you. I forgive you and I accept you. So with that being said, we are about to go in and speak on just some of the stuff that I've been kind of just viewing. Just I've been kind of reading the energy of the collective over the past couple of weeks. And I'm noticing a lot of people are really feeling a certain way about, not experiencing the event. But I'm here to tell you right now, if you feel a certain way about not experiencing the physical event, and just to let you guys know, first of all, my name is Kayvon, but most people call me KV. So um, the name of my company is called Activation Coaching. And along with my partner, Michelle Gaza, we run this company and we are self-leadership coaches, AKA ascension coaches, AKA life coaches, AKA giving you what it is that we came here to give you in the most honest, straightforward, and real way that we can deliver it. So with that being said, in my previous video, I did a video about physically going through the event. And when I say the event, I'm talking about a lot of us, we refer to this event as humanity's ascension. But what I found out to be the actual truth is that each and every one of us, depending on the amount of work that you put in, is going to depend on what you actually experience or what you get back. So there's a universal law that states is energy out is energy gained, or energy gained is going to be the same amount of energy that you're going to have to push out. So a lot of us, that have experienced the event, and when I mean event, like I say, I went through a physical wave. Just to recap a little bit, I went through an actual physical wave that showed up in my reality as this plane flying over that dropped a bomb, quote unquote, a bomb, but it really was like this rainbow light. Like I say, it was super white, and we all know, if you don't know, white contains all colors. So it was the rainbow frequency. So it definitely hit me, and I wasn't in meditation. As a matter of fact, it was so loud, the plane was making so much noise, it pulled me out of meditation. So what I'm getting at is that at the time that I experienced the event, I actually was in meditation doing the work. If you know me personally, and my friends and family, that know me, like, I've been at this for a while, just opening myself up, forgiving myself, taking a higher road, learning and trying to see things from all angles before I actually make a decision. So what's happening now is, like I say, if you feel a certain way, it's because you have been hit by the wave. And depending on the amount of work you've done, you may not have saw it physically. I've actually had a physical third eye experience. And what that is, and this is how I figured out who was telling the truth or not about actual third eye awakenings. When your third eye actually awakens, first of all, there is a physical eye within the middle of your skull. And a lot of us, because of our diets and our thinking and our programming, that area is, if you would look at it on an MRI, it would actually look like a white dot just sitting in the middle of your head. That is called a calcified pineal gland. If your pineal gland is calcified, you will have trouble remembering your dreams. You'll have trouble discerning the truth. You have trouble discerning reality from a false reality. So the third eye, it shows you a lot about what's really going on, not only just in your physical, but even on the etheric realms. And I've even got a piece of knowledge that I found out just not too long ago about the reason why we have a third eye in the middle of our skull is because in our DNA, at one point, you were a cyclops. And the only eye you had was in the middle. So over time, through evolution, that one eye, I would say it kind of receded back into the head. And then these two eyes replaced it. And then this is like, I would say, when duality showed up. Duality showed up when we gained this access to these two eyes. But that's a whole nother story. So, you know, what I'm getting at is that you are going through the event. The event is happening. The event has been happening before 2012. The event is an ongoing evolution. It's like an in breath and an out breath. This is the most simplest way I can kind of break it down to you. As you breathe in the cosmic energy, you breathe in the awareness, you breathe in the knowledge, you breathe in the teachers and the messengers that randomly just pop up on your feed. It's because you're in breathing. And this is a major part of the ascension. You have to be open enough to breathe in the new knowledge. Once you have the knowledge and it's inside of you and you're aware of yourself, then you're going to start the process of the out breath. And the process of the out breath is what we call the service to others. So you have service to self, which is the in breath, service to others, which is the out breath. But this guy that I was listening to today that goes by the name of George Kavasilis, hope I'm saying that right. So instead of you having the service to self and then the service to others, he called himself the empowered contributor. That was deep. That was deep. The empowered contributor. But even just to add on to that, I was never claiming service to self or service to others. What we claim here at Activation Coaching is service to all, meaning self included, meaning the reality, everything around you. But I like the way he said it because he took the word service out and he put an empowered contributor. And it's important because the word service, and this is another bomb that I got from him, and I'll put his name down in the description box so you guys can check him out and the link to at least one of his videos. But, you know, he dropped a bomb about exiting the God complex matrix. And it's important because you have the false God energy and then you have the actual just creation energy. So whenever you use the word service, you know, the word service is a word that we use in church. And I love my church folks. I love my people, and I'm still going to love you no matter what. But the word service has been kind of hijacked by some entities and some energies that may not have your best interest at heart. So by being a contributor, you're no longer in servitude to anything, because we don't need to be in service to humble ourselves. All we need to do is be ourselves. That is what that's actually what being humble is being yourself and not being afraid to be yourself. So instead of being in service, we can be contributors. And I like to be a contributor to the all, and within the all is myself. So I contribute to myself. I honor myself so that I can honor you all, so that when I show up, I'm showing up 1,000% with the greatest energy on the planet. Not because I'm really just trying to do that. It's just because I'm in self. And I'm here to help you to go deeper and understand yourself, because I'm a messenger. So I'm not your authority. We as prophets or messengers or whatever you want to call us, we're here to just give you what it is that we have been given, because our cups are full. And it's time for us to empty the cup so that we can gain more. So this is how it's going to be for you. As you fill your cup up, you're going to have to let it out and spread that knowledge and spread that love and spread that expression. So this talk that I wanted to speak on, it was, it's about out of body experience and ascension and the work that you have to kind of put in order for you to gain certain results. So a part of this false God-like matrix is that, and it's so deep, because we have teachings that say all of us are going to just wake up all at once, which is, it has a truth to it, because within the whole scope of the cosmic reality, it's about time for Earth to just shift anyway. So this is the truth of the matter. So this is how you know that ascension is constantly going on, because the Earth is time for her to ascend. So if you're here, you're going to be going through it, and your job is to either accept it or not, to either allow the cosmic energies within you or not. So, and when I say the cosmic energies within you, meaning it's coming from within you and then it spreads out. But in this reality, it'll seem as if it's coming towards you on the outside, because this is the so below. So within you is the as above reality. Outside of you, everywhere that you look around you, is the so below. And not only is this the so below, this reality is actually mirror flipped. So we all know that the things that you see outside of you is literally upside down. But when it comes into your retinas, your brain and your brain and everything, it flips your eyes, it flips the image right side up so that we can see it. But in actuality, everything is upside down. So when you start to get into this knowledge of the self, it starts to recorrect your poles, and now we're right side up. And now they tell me that we're having a pole shift. So as I shift my poles, you're telling me the reality now is having a pole shift. This is what this is, folks. So there's no need to panic. There's no need to run and hide and get yourself ready. You are transitioning and transforming. So your poles is about to shift. And when your poles shift, you start, the first step is you just become bombarded with new knowledge. So the shift isn't going to be what you may not see what I saw, because I've been doing this for years, meditating, sending out good energy, receiving it back, sending it back out, receiving it back, playing this game. So, but there's one thing that changed everything for me. And this is a part of the program that I teach at our New Earth Self-Leadership Academy. Out-of-body experiences, OBE. What is it? So I'm not gonna do a full deep down explanation, but the outer body experience is exactly what it sounds like. It's when your consciousness or your another body of yourself exits this frame that you see here, and then you can literally turn around and see yourself lying on the bed, or for some people they call it near-death experiences, and they'll see their body lying there. So the outer body experience is supremely important, and I would say it is the most important thing when it comes to ascension. In order to ascend out of the old third dimensional reality of the matrix and being caught up in time and power over others and victimhood and all of this stuff, is the only way to exit that is by exiting that. What is the one thing that we know that exists within that reality? It is this that you're seeing, the flesh body. The flesh body is connected to the most grounded part of our existence. So it's going to connect all the way down into the third dimension. If you want to get a whiff or a dose of something outside of the dimension that you're in, you have to leave it. So when you experience the out of body experience, you essentially leave the third dimension, and depending on where your consciousness is, you'll either go into a lower fourth, mid fourth, higher fourth, fifth dimension, sixth dimension, seventh dimension, and beyond. When you start to get to the higher and higher dimensions, it's kind of hard to remember. So we tend to not have a lot of OBEs or people talking about those experiences, but they do happen. So I just want to let you guys know just what happened to me when I had my first out of body experience. Now, I've been having them since I was around 5 or 6 years old. But when I hit teenagehood, it kind of faded. And then when I got an adult, I actually, I had enough time to kind of go back into it because I remembered me flying as a child and I always wanted to go back to it. But I didn't know what was about to happen when you consciously attempt to have an OBE. Well, when you consciously attempt to have an OBE, you go through what the Egyptians call the death ritual. So I didn't know I was putting myself through a death ritual. So I did the whole process, and then I ended up leaving my body, and then I saw my body there, and immediately all fear of death and transition left my soul. And that's the only way I can do it. Left. It's super hard to fear death and to have that confusion about it when you leave your fleshly body and see it just chilling in the bed or wherever it's at, and you're still alive. And then you see people that have quote unquote passed away pop up and show up and talk to you. And it's like, oh my God, I can't believe you're here. And please let people know that I'm still alive type deal. So we are multidimensional beings. And what that means is that we exist within different dimensions in different bodies within ourselves. And it's kind of like those Russian dolls, and you take one and then there's another one, you take one off and there's another one. We have layers to ourselves like an onion. So as you advance on your path, you just peel back these layers. And then the super deep part about it is that you never lose the first layer. But it can be confusing because you can have all of these crazy experiences and then you come back and then you wake up in your bed like nothing ever happened, but everything just happened. So I noticed that my life didn't start to really shift until I left my body and conquered that fear of death. And then I knew that there was another reality on top of this one. So I like to look at it now like a video game, like Super Mario. And you know how in Super Mario you have different levels. This is what the evolutionary experience game is. Source evolutionary experience. The SEC. The Source Evolution, SEEC. So when you're having this source evolutionary experience, right, within these different bodies, it can get confusing because it's so much and it's so layered. But just know that you are a lot more than what you see. And that when you start to actually intend to experience the higher realms or the next realm, then that's when your higher self will start to line you up with that experience, and you'll start to meet people and messengers, and you'll start to be able to take part of just all type of different services and experiences that'll bring you to the reality that you are looking for. So what happens is each and every person has to go through their personal alchemy. And alchemy is going from one state to the next, from lead to gold, from the old, dull down 3D consciousness to the Christed, love, light, full spectrum consciousness. So the process of alchemy has to be initiated in order for you to feel, for you to see beyond the veil. And it's not going to be a handout. It's not going to be something given to you. So a part of this whole game is getting past the asking for angelic help phase and understanding that the angels and these other beings. So first of all, just what is an angel? The download that I was getting was that at first you see the angels, how you see the angel beings, names, skin colors, types, wings, not having wings. However you want to see an angel is how you're going to see an angel or feel an angel. So what's really going on? Angels are angles, angles, energies that exist within these angles. So within the angled energy, you can go up and down. So you have the right angle. The right angle has a vertical and then it has a horizontal. The vertical takes you directly up and down the source consciousness ladder. The horizontal is the earthly planes, the physical planes that we actually inhabit. Notice I'm going up on the scale and there's still planes of existence because this is the way it is. There's never not a place to where you're not walking somewhere or existing. So each and every level of the dimensionality has an existence, has a flat realm of existence that you can experience on. So the angels represents, a lot of the times they represent colors. This is the easy way so that we can just end all the confusion and even end all of the hate on the angelic energy, because it's just confusion. As human beings, we knew that there wasn't really, we know that there's not a person really showing up, with wings on their back, right? Even though you will have the holographic images of that because that's what we expect. But when we called upon the energies in ancient times, we just called upon the energy. So if I wanted to call upon the energy of orange or blue, so I want to call upon the energy of orange for creation. I didn't say I'm calling on Archangel XYZ. I just was calling upon this energetic, creative energy. And when it showed up, it was orange. And every time I called upon this creative energy, I would feel a certain way. It will give me this certain vibe and it will feel as if a presence is near me. Because when you call upon the energies and when you intend as true men and women, or, when I say men, I mean man, like the cosmic, both masculine and divine feminine within one. So when you're that energy, when you're the higher self embodied, you understand that when you call upon this angelic orange energy, or let's say blue energy, it'll show up as Archangel Michael. And the reason why we call it Archangel Michael is because we as human beings, we name stuff. Real simple. You don't call your dog dog. You don't call your cat cat. So we like to boil things down into real, complex details. So we choose to name these energies and to give them personality, because everything that we create is alive because we're alive. So in our human minds, we give names to everything because we know innately that, we know that it's just the energy of blue, but it's alive and it is alive. So we give it this Archangel Michael. We give it the whole story of being a warrior, and then in creativity, like we give it all of this stuff because this is the energy that we called upon to help us go through all of that stuff. So when we want to feel more empowered and feel more creative, we call upon the that orange energy of chi and creative sexual energy and spark. You know, Archangel Raphael is the angel of healing. It's the green ray. Again, each color, each angel is associated with a color. All of the colors in the rainbow exist around us right now. So what we are essentially doing is pulling from something called the universal substance. And we're calling upon the color rays and we're giving them names because this is just something we like doing. So know that you don't need any other entity outside of yourself to help you with anything. But if you want to put a name on it and you want to put personality to it because you're a creator and everything that you create is alive, then go ahead. But know that it is you that is calling upon this energy, AKA creating it. But not only just creating it, we would just say, look, we're pulling it from the creative, from the universal substance. It's already there. This is why all angels are omnipresent. They're in all places at all times because color is in all places at all times. And when you understand you are multidimensional and you have a body that can absorb these colors, and you're just masterful enough to just, like, we can single out specific colors. We're being bombarded by a rainbow of energy right now, and we're still skilled enough to only focus on the blue ray and to just give out that, or the orange ray, or the red ray, or the purple ray, or the white ray, or the clear white ray, which is a whole nother subject in a video that I really want to discuss. And I'm going to go over with in the future about the clear white ray. But anyway, that's angels. And when you become an earth angel, you are a being and a person who is carrying the energy of the divine colors within your aura. And you may be specific, like, you know, you may be the brown because you're grounding. So everywhere you go, you're like this super huge grounding force, and people call you a grounding angel. And they call you that because you're using the colors and you're using the energy, and you're coming at people from these different angles. So you seem like an angel because your aura and your vibration isn't confused. It isn't fuzzy. So understanding that will help you to understand and become more of a self-leader. This whole thing is about you becoming more self-led. I feel like I physically experienced a wave because I knew that I would be able to handle it, and I would be able to express it sooner or later, you know, but also I was ready for it. Just in all honesty, I did a lot of work. Like, I am a believer in a lot of stuff. And what that made me is a huge discerner of a lot of things. I allow so much information in it. It allowed me to see things from all type of different angles. So I was able to see the truth of a lot of things. And the truth of what's happening now is you guys are going through it. And eventually I feel you will go through the physical wave. Like, you will actually see this physical energy. Some of us, like I say, some of us, it shows up in our dreams. You know, we can have, or you can be lying in bed and then you get just hit with something that kind of just pulls you out, or, you know, it feels like sleep paralysis out of nowhere, and you're nowhere near tired. So, you know, we have a lot of these waves in these different types of energy of transformation coming in to help you with your alchemy, to help you with your transformation. So just know that we are here for you all of us messengers, all of us teachers, way showers, guides here at Activation Coaching. We're about to start up our new semester soon. I'm going to be doing a video about that soon. But I also want you guys to feel free to express yourselves. And if you have any questions about, you know, what you're going through, you can email me. I'm going to put that in the description box as well. But I just want to let you guys know that it's just super, super important that we get a grip on what's really going on and what's happening, and to know that you all are going through it right now. People are, and this is a shout out to my sister, you know, Latoya, you know, she just hit me up and she got a job, you know, and it's so deep because this job is right up her alley. And we was just talking about, you know, being the leader of your reality. And this is my blood sister. So, you know, and she's been getting a lot of these messages since I first started waking up. And, you know, I'm just so super proud of her for staying focused and for allowing just the reality to just show up in whatever way it shows up. And, you know, she needed to get out of a place, and now she's out of that place, and she's in a job, and, you know, and she's taking advantage of an opportunity that fits her. So this is the ascension. That is the wave. That is a part of the wave, you know, getting that promotion, releasing that program that no longer serves you, or the job, or those friends, or that neighborhood. That is the wave. You know, seeing these anomalies happen all over the planet. That is the wave. There was just something going on in the Middle East about a huge sandstorm that came rolling through, looked like The Mummy. The movie The Mummy was crazy. But in my mind, immediately, my higher self now replaced all of that sand with rainbow energy. And that was the wave. We all experience it in different ways because this is how unique we are. This is the beauty of being. This is the beauty of being, you know, a reflection of source consciousness. So you guys are experiencing the wave right now. Open up. Allow yourself to learn new things. It will show up as, it's going to show up as a new career, new relationship, or it'll show up as a real serious conversation that you're going to have in your relationship to fix it and to grow. The ascension is bringing us into divine partnership, meaning divine masculine and divine feminine. I have other videos that I do with my divine feminine part, Michelle. But for this is kind of just a personal thing that I went through. So this is why I'm doing, you know, some little solo videos right now. But the ascension is bringing the divine masculine and the divine feminine together. But right now it's going to look like the divine feminine is getting a huge uplift because the masculine energy was so potent. It has to equalize. So the feminine energy is going to look like it's on the rise, while the masculine energy is going to look like it's declining, but it's not. The masculine energy is still here. It's just as the female rise, it's just rising. Once the female rise, we're going to connect, and then we're going to rise together, and then we form this. And this is the divine union. This is the divine masculine and feminine energy coming together. So I have so much love and just joy, because I really thought that I was going to be the only one. When I crossed over, and this is when I had my OBEs. And just to let you know, I'm the type of guy, like, I still have at least 3 to 4 out-of-body experiences a week. And this has been since 2008. So I have a lot of experience on the other side, on the new earth side. And I know that I asked for the new earth reality to be anchored into this reality. I asked for that because I was alone. None of my friends and people was there with me. It was people there, but it was just new people. So I felt as if I wanted to help, you know, shine a light so we can just have a little bit more fun, more people, because I want to party. You know, it's about joy and delight, my peoples. This whole ascension thing is about joy and delight. And as you experience this life, you're going to experience joy and delight. But in between joy and delight, it's a whole bunch of stuff. You got ups and downs, negatives, positive, sideways, and diagonals. But it's all in the name of joy and delight. And And this is the source consciousness delighting in you experiencing. And when you understand that this is just the flesh, this is just an outfit that we put on, you know, you can understand and know how we can ascend up out of it. So believe that you are ascending. That's the first step. See the improvement. Notice and know, and when I say notice, know this. Whenever you get an influx of light into your bodies, it always brings up the darkest things within you. And it may even trigger some dark events outside of you, but you still will be aware and available, and you're here right now. So just know it's always darkest before the light. And when we understand what darkness is, we understand it as creativity. Remember, depression is your higher self and consciousness depressing your consciousness down to a single-minded focus so that you can create your next move. And when I say create, you just intend ideas, and then your higher self will co-create with you. And then allow the process to unfold. Notice the flowers, notice the butterflies. Notice the energies in the animals that are disappearing. Notice the energies in the animals that are coming back. And with that being said, I just want to say I love you. I love you. And come check us out, www.activationcoaching.com. We have free videos. I teach something called the human design, and it is revolutionary. It is mind-blowing, and we're just no longer in confusion over here. We know our roles, and I'm here to give you yours, and not give you yours. I'm here to show you yours. The human design is what I like to call the Akashic records for this lifetime. And this is something that I am proud to say that I am in the process of mastering. And I've been in the process of mastering this over 7 years now. So just know, if you are ready for your mission, for real, and you are ready to be responsible for your energy, if you are ready to take that step into your personal ascension, you have to do the work. We have the tools. We're not the only one with the tools, but we are a part of the crew that came here with the tools to help you. And I take pride and I love walking people across that rainbow bridge and watching you prosper, watching your life expand, watching the weight flow away. And when I mean weight, I mean physical weight, and I also mean the weight off of your shoulders. Namaste. I love you.